Headlights flicker, shadows on the wall. Dreams of El Dorado, treasures big and small. You and all the gadgets keeping spirits high. Every nugget found makes the heart fly. Camera rolling, capture every gleam. Subscribers tuning in, living out the dream. Broken nails and dirt, but a heart so true. Big Daddy's Gold Rush, it's a path to pursue. Big Daddy digging deep into the vein. Fake dirt on his hands never goes in vain. Backyard prospecting, this ain't no game. Gold fever burning hotter than a flame.
Showtime! What's going on, everybody? Dig Daddy out here in the shed, bringing you some BSing here in the shed. I hope everybody's doing well and can hear me well and stuff. I do try to be loud and local for you all. Is that loud and local or loud and loco? Who knows? But it's Monday. And I'm glad to see you all here. It was another rushed Monday because I had to go into the office today, unfortunately. So, kind of is what that is. I'm doing the last minute rush to get all my stuff together. Yes, I am out in the shed. Z-shed. Oh, the camera is not doing its zoomy shit like it's supposed to. There we go. But yeah, I'm out here in the shed doing the shed stuff. Just got out here, so I'm rushing around trying to find some inspiration and whatnot. But I feel like I got a spider on me because earlier I'm pretty positive I did. Because I came in here and there was a spider web dangling down. And then I felt something on my neck. So now I'm all like skeezed out. Worrying there's going to be something crawling on my face. But hopefully that won't be the case. But it is, I think, spider season because I'm seeing them. I'm seeing a lot of them. In fact, my shoes that I leave out on the back porch had a bunch of spider web on it, and I didn't see it till after I put my feet in it. Luckily, it was sitting on the outside of the shoe, so I put the shoes on, I start moving around, and I see this little spider taking off. So, oh well, hopefully he's alright. Oh no, he's not, because I stepped on him for being on my shoe. So... Get him, Glenn. What's going on? Matthew Phelps, Mentally Corrupted. I'm sorry for the late announcement about the stream. Being Monday, you know, it's Monday, so that's our stream day. But of course, like I say, I was at work again in the office. So, man, I got home and I started getting all comfy and relaxed. Started changing my clothes into my lounging clothes, and my wife's like, "Don't you have a show today?" And I stopped for a second. And right about then is when the panic set in. Like, shit, I do have a show today. I better go do the thing. Swamp Dog, what's up? Good to see you. Glad you stopped by. Oh, metal detecting. Yeah, dude, I need to get metal detecting too. I got this metal detector, this Mind Lab Explorer 70 or something like that, and it's supposedly a pretty decent rig. I really don't know how to use it yet, but I bought it, and I need to get some use out of it. I need to do something. Go find some nuggets, you know, or at least take it out and do like a little quick demo or something with it. Swing it, hear it, beep, dig. That's that's the instruction manual, basically. You know, The guy who sold it to me, he gave me some really good pointers about how to like get used to working it, use it to find metals, do some practice runs here. Hey Donna, how you doing? Good to see you. Um, but yeah, do some practice runs here with some spots where I know I left some metal or something, so I can get used to what it sounds like as it's swinging, and when I'm zeroing in on a target. So those are all good ideas. Definitely good plans, and I just need to get around to doing that. You know, it's just got to do it. So, but maybe that'll be this weekend's video because I don't have any pay dirt for this coming up weekend. Because I just did it. Oh yes, I do actually. I do have a special pay dirt. I got some dirt from Tony Owens up in Alaska. Sent me a little something. I'm always stoked whenever something comes in the mail from him because it's usually pretty good. It's usually really really good. I have no idea what's in it. He showed me a couple of clips of some of the gold he was pulling out of it, and man, it looks sweet as hell. So I get to go through that, check out what's in my scoop, and I'm just stoked about that. So that'll be this weekend. I'll get a good video for you guys. But then I'm hoping I can, get out and do some detecting or some digging. I want to, or both, detect and then dig and then find a fucking big old nugget. That's my goal. I guess that's everybody's goal, though. But at any rate, I think now is a good time to transition into the all watch and see what gold's going for these days. Here, you don't want to see my ugly face, so we'll just hide that for the moment. While we dive deep into the annals of gold, and we'll look at a 1 year rate. As of today, gold is trading for $3,375 per troy ounce. Excuse me. For us small-time pay dirt prospectors, postal prospectors, who deal with smaller amounts of gold, we're looking at about $108 per US gram, which is what most people like us who are pay dirt prospecting in the mail are gonna see, in common bags of dirt that we'd be pulling. So $108 per gram, not too shabby, not too far out of reach for your common prospector, hobbyist who's just playing around at the river. And there you go. Got a few more people joining us. Matthew Phelps. Oh, I think I already said hi to you, Donna. Yes. Michael Cruz. What's up? Doug Holby. Hoiby. I apologize if I said your name wrong. Chris W. One and only. Brian Nyquin. Hello again, Donna. David Danduran. What's going on? Metally Corrupted. I think I already said hi. Yeah, you were the first one here. Good stuff. Good stuff, folks. So, since you guys are here, I'll give you a link to click on. We'll pin that to the top so everybody knows. Click on that link and leave a comment on that comment video. If you want to get entered in for tonight's Sloppy Seconds bag of dirt. As have I. Oh, we're still looking at gold prices. Sorry about that. I got sidetrackified. But yeah, $108 a gram, not too bad. 108.51. We're doing pretty well. It's not all-time high, but it is pretty damn close. 110 looks to be right under 111 is where we topped out at. But we're still right there. We might as well be at the all-time. What's $2 at that point, right? Oh, 2%. That's what it is. We're slightly there under. Meow, meow. Urban, what's going on? Oops. But yeah, if you don't got gold, get some. It's a good day, good price to get it at. Because it's only going up. It's only going to be more expensive tomorrow. Every day. Well, not every day, but trending anyways. It's always on a climb. As is with everything. Everything's on a climb. But at least if you buy this, it'll grow in value as time goes on. So there is a little bit of sunshine at the end of that rainbow. Oh, I guess it's gold we're looking for at the end of the rainbow. What am I talking about? Doobie doobie doop doop. Don't listen to me. This guy. Anywho, so this weekend, I did a lot of stuff this weekend. It was really busy this weekend for me. Saturday, I did some gold stuff. Doing the Gold Bay video. On Sunday, I painted my element. If you pay attention to my posts, you've seen a couple pictures before and after of what it's looking like then, what it's looking like now. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys like how it turned out. I'm really stoked about how it turned out. It's great compared to where it was. It was pretty bad before. It was a faded gray and just looked terrible. Some parts were faded so bad they were white. So I say, you know what? Let's just go the opposite direction with it. Let's just paint the whole. All the plastics are now black, and the front is not Rhino liner, but truck bed sprayed. So it's basically black urethane. So it adds a little bit of thickness to it, adds a lot of bit of rigidity and strength to it. So that weakness that it was getting from getting faded over the years, fix that. And looks great. Looks freaking great. There was one spot where I messed up the spraying in the rear quarter panel plastics. But I'm going to sand that down and I'm going to redo the whole back end, the whole back panel all the way around in that same truck bed liner. So I picked up some more of that today. And actually, a funny story. Again, I had totally forgotten that I had a show tonight. So I went over to AutoZone. I grabbed a can of another can of that truck bed liner. I still have some, but I wanted to make sure I had enough to finish the job. I didn't want to run out of it halfway through and be like, okay, now I got to run over to AutoZone and grab another one, or O'Reilly or wherever. So I just grabbed another can just in case. And I love that stuff. That stuff's great. I'm going to start spraying everything with it. I would start spraying like sluices and pans and stuff, but it adds a fair amount of weight and it's really rough. So I don't want to carry my sluice around like that and then scuff up my hands and stuff. But I am thinking maybe just a little line of it around the edge will give a little bit, like some grip. Be like grip tape, but permanent. I'm just afraid that'll turn out terrible and look terrible and then ruin my sluice. So I'm really reluctant to even do any of that. But I thought it sounded good until I started thinking about it. Then it doesn't sound that great. Back to the drawing board, my friend. But at any rate, the element I think looks a lot better. And the reason I did that is I've been looking for a new vehicle lately. I'm going through all the new stuff that's out there. I like a couple of the new model vehicles out there, but they're missing something. Everything is missing something, and I can't get quite what I want. And I told myself, and I tell myself this every time, but I always make compromise. But I told myself, this time I'm going to get the vehicle that I want. I gave up my G37, my Skyline, I gave that up. I'm about to give up my Element. These are two vehicles that I've probably loved more than any vehicles I've ever owned. The Element was a bit of a surprise because I got it thinking, it's a whatever vehicle. I wound up getting rid of my G37, my Skyline. I got rid of that thing, and I was like, well, I got my Element, dude, so I'm good. I'll drive that. And it's not that the Element's sporty or super capable, but it's capable enough, and it's comfortable. There's tons of passenger space, like the rear seats. You're like in a luxury vehicle, not comfort-wise, but like You can stretch your legs out. You have just as much room in the back seats as you do in the front seats. And basically, it's like that. Yeah, I was looking at the Bronco Raptors and the Ranger Raptors, and here's my problem, okay? This is my problem. If I get a vehicle, I want it to be the top model of that vehicle. Because, this happens to me every single time. I'll buy one that's maybe not the top model, but it has all the basic features I want. For example, we'll look at the G37 or the 370 GT or the Q60 X or whatever name. That car had like 3 different names. And I love that car. It's my Skyline. In Japan, it's a Skyline. It's not the GTR because they separated it, but it's a Skyline GT S370. And I got the badging for it, and it was an awesome car. All-wheel drive, super fast, like 300 horsepower, natural aspirated. If I threw a turbo on it, it would be 500 easy. Boom, no problem. But that was such a fun car. But I forgot why. Oh, yeah. But it wasn't the IPL version, which is the one that got red seats and it's got this cool trim. It had everything mechanically that the IPL has. But in the back of my head, I'm always looking at my seats thinking they're not the red ones. Because you can only get the red seats, the red leather seats in the IPL. And then the IPL has an aero kit. It has a different front bumper, side skirts, and a different rear bumper that have a little bit more ground effect look. And it just looks dope. It's the top version of that car. But anytime I'd look at mine, not any time, but sometimes when I would look at mine, or specifically when I would see an IPL, because those are actually pretty rare. You don't see those very often. But when you do, it's like, missing that little itty bitty piece, and it wasn't even anything mechanical. It was the exact same car mechanically. It's just the styling and those damn red seats. So now in my head, I gotta get the best one, the best version of the car. Otherwise, I'm always just gonna be like, I'm missing out on something. I guess I'm a bit of a grass is greener kind of person, you know. But yeah, that's my problem with the Ford stuff is, you know, the Raptors and the Rangers and the Broncos. First of all, I want a 2-door vehicle. I don't want 4 doors. I know, it's weird, but I'm not toting. My kid's going to college. My wife rarely drives with me. If we're going to go anywhere together, we're probably going to take her car because, you know, it's her nice car. She keeps it all clean and she doesn't have to bark at me about my car being dirty. So we usually take hers anyways. Or we'll take the boy's car since he's not going to need it. So I don't need a 4-door. I honestly would probably prefer to just take the rear seats out entirely. And that was going to be my plan if I bought anything. Like, I was looking at Interceptors, like the police Interceptors. I was wanting to get a newer one so it wasn't all too beat up. Blah, 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 blah. But then you look inside and it's like, oh, they got all the rear seats. They got like 2 rear seats. They got a third row. So I'd have to rip all of that shit out to have the space that I would want to have anyways. So that dream died. And then I would have to paint it because I want the blue like the ST has. That pretty Ford blue that, like, you got to get this version of that truck to be even able to get that color. Well, I want it to be that color. So it'd be like, okay, cool. Well, then I either got to get something painted or get a specific model. Anyways, my point being, I'm going to roll back to the beginning of the point because feel like I'm getting long-winded here. What I want in any of the modern cars doesn't exist. A 2-door truck with a short bed doesn't exist. Even in extended, they don't make them anymore. And the ones that they do make that are kind of close, well, they don't get the best engine. You can't get the twin turbo V6 Raptor motor in that model. You have to get the one with the crew cab to even have that option. And that's how all of them are. The Bronco Raptor, you can't get the 2-door in a Bronco Raptor. You can only get the 4-door Bronco Raptor. So it's like, I'm getting the extra performance, but then I'm weighing it down by having, 3 extra feet of vehicle. And that's stupid. That's just fucking stupid. it's completely contradictory to the reason why you would want power in a vehicle like that, anyways. Because you're racing it around. And you're not gonna have, you know, two kids and a dog in the back while you're racing around with your 700 horsepower truck. You know. But yes, the Skyline was a dream car. I freaking loved it. I loved it so much I bought a second one when the first one had problems. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I was thinking about maybe I'll just get an F-150 to get, the body, get the body that I want, and then order up a Coyote and drop it in. But then, there's a lot of other shit that you have to drop in as well. Get the shocks and all that. And then it's like, well, this is also my daily driver. So I don't want to buy a car or a truck to immediately then have to take it to a shop or be wrenching on it myself. It just got out of hand. The whole thing just got out of hand. Because that's what I was looking at. I was looking at getting something that wasn't quite what I want and then have to do a bunch of other shit to get it to what I want. Can I? If you can show me a listing, then I will probably buy it tonight. A 2-door or an extended cab short bed Ford F-150 with, you know what? I don't want an F-150 though. Those are big, fat, ugly vehicles. But if you could find me a V6 2-door Ranger, I would get that tonight. 2-door extended short bed with the twin turbo V6. Or the Coyote. If you can fit the Coyote in that thing, I'd shove that thing in there and then throw a supercharger on it if it would fit. I'd probably have to have a big old thing on the hood, but you know what? That shit would be sick. But now I'm gonna look into it because I went through their build a truck system thing and to get the options, and a Coyote wasn't even an option in there. Like, you couldn't be like, I want this motherfucker. Wasn't even an option. So I don't want to get too deep into a crazy project. I'm okay doing a little stuff, but I don't. If it's going to wind up being a matter of having to take it to a shop and pay somebody to do work, and then I'm not going to have or be able to drive my new truck for a year till all the work's done. The work truck is only a long bed. I don't want a long bed. I want a short bed. But yeah, the work truck's long bed only. They don't offer a short bed option anymore. See? I'm super stupid picky. I'm sorry. But so anyways, I'm not going to buy a new vehicle is my point. Because again, all the manufacturers currently are letting me down. Anything that's a smaller format vehicle just doesn't have any balls, or it's only front wheel drive. I want all wheel drive, or I prefer 4-wheel drive, but I'll take all wheel drive if that's all I can get. But I want something that I can lift up a little bit, put some fat meaty tires on it, some not like in 20-inch rims with none of that stupid shit. I'm talking 16-inch wheels with some meaty freaking swampers, something like that. But yeah, so again, I'm trying to shorten this story up because I'm now stoned and babbling. I should probably put this on me, huh? I'm just gonna keep the Element. After it's all said and done, for me to get what I want, it's gonna be like $100,000 or somewhere between 60 and 100 grand to get what I want. And I don't want to spend that much money on a fucking truck or an SUV that my intention is to take out to the river and get dirty and get the inside dirty and not care about it. But if I'm spending, $1,200 to $2,000 a month to pay for something, I'm going to baby that thing and it's going nowhere near mud. Because now it's, to me, that's like a Ferrari. I'm from back in the days when 100 grand or a couple, would get you a Ferrari. And like, these prices have just gone. Now I'm feeling old for even having said that shit, but like, my truck's not a Ferrari. I don't need it to be. So, like, after going down that rabbit hole, I just come to the conclusion, like, if I'm going to wind up in a vehicle that has a little measly 4-cylinder, I'm already in that. So, I'm going to paint it. I'm going to paint it the pretty blue that I want. I painted the trim black, so that's looking better now. I'm going to get the interior cleaned up a bit. I'm going to get a new stereo because the stereo in the Element really sucks. I could price you one out in the next 5 minutes. Are they worth it? No, of course not. None of the cars that are over, that much money are worth that much money. That's like a fantasy we tell ourselves, that we justify spending ridiculous amounts of money on pieces of metal that, quite frankly, your $100,000 truck is going to crumple just as easily as a $20,000 work truck or a $15,000. It's the same metal. It's not any more resilient. So that's why I can't bring myself to purchasing or agreeing to get into such a ridiculous car payment. It's just insane, Yeah, I could do that. But see, I live in an urban area. I don't haul a lot of stuff around, so the long bed, that's just more of a hassle for me. Trying to park a big truck in a compact space. I'm not about all that life, and I don't need that much vehicle. If I go camping, it's just me. So the Element's been perfect for me because the Element has enough room to lay down a bed, a full-size bed, actually a queen size. I think it's queen. But there's plenty of space back there. You can empty out the entire back, take the back seats out, and then you have just a box truck worth of space. A small truck's worth of space. You can't quite fit a sheet of plywood down, but if you cut it in half, no problem. Two by fours, 8-foot 2x4s. I've hauled a few of those around in there. 20 pavers, not pavers, the retaining wall blocks. That thing will haul. It won't haul too much, and don't try to load up a yard of dirt in it or anything like that. But it'll haul some stuff around, no problem. Some gear, easy. Thank you, Donna. Thank you so much. I appreciate you greatly for that wonderful donation. And your cute little Shiba Inu dog there. Awesome sticker, and thank you so much. But, yeah, so I'm just going to keep the Element. I'm going to get it painted. I'm going to get it tuned up. I'm going to get all the little stuff that's kind of just been bugging me, but not enough for me to do anything about it. Well, I'm going to start doing stuff about it and really take care of that vehicle because I really dig it, and I want it to last for another 100,000 miles. I'm at about 220 right now. And I'm confident that thing could easily pull another 100 grand. As long as I take care of it. And so fixing these little things, like the little drive light blinking telling me my shit's about to explode, I should probably do something about that. And I think I will. I got the parts to fix just about everything. I just need to take the time and actually do it. And now I'm kind of in a get it done kind of mode right now, because I've been talking about painting it or doing something about the bumpers for the longest time. But and I really wish I just painted it, took the front grill off, because I had to take the grill off obviously and mask everything. But I wish I did that like 2 years ago or when I first got it. Because then I wouldn't have had to been driving around ever with this ugly ass thing. Yes, Joey, absolutely 100% true. I'm not going to disagree with you whatsoever on that one. At all. You're 100% right. People, they're charging this much because we're allowing them to. And I'm not playing the game. Ford can kiss my ass. I'm not paying them a fucking $100,000 for a souped up work truck. with some stickers on it. You know, they want $1,000 for that stupid Raptor sticker. Like, really? That can't just be included? You know? Like, you can't just give me that $20 piece of vinyl along with the $100,000 I'm spending on this truck that's going to be worth half as much next year? I don't think so, you know? And that's the biggest problem, is they're charging this much. Next year, you're losing 30% of its value. In 5 years, that $100,000 truck is going to be hard pressed to sell for 30, because that's what it's actually worth, or was when you bought it. You know, that depreciation is just like, eh. And if you buy new, you're taking that all to the face. You know, just like a good little good little person who does things like that in their faces. Don't be that. Don't be that person. So, I'm trying not to be. I'm really trying not to be. But I was feeling like the Element was on its last legs. It was having some issues, but now I'm realizing that it's not really. I'm just being a bitch about it, and I just need to get things done. And so I'm just going to get them done. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you know, I hate to talk crap on any one given brand. Jeep. Fuck you, Jeep. But, you know, Ford doesn't have the greatest of, like, image for being, like, a luxury vehicle, you know? So if I'm looking at luxury vehicles, and on one hand, you know, it's like, oh, I could have a BMW M3, or I could have a cool Ford truck. I don't know. You know, if I really want a truck, I can just get the M3 and then pay $5,000 for a beater and throw a brand new Coyote in it. Yeah, they're reliable, and you know, until you start doing stuff to them. But I guess that's everything. But I guess, you know, some of the motors are better than others. But you know, Ford, Chevy, everybody has their thing. You know, everybody has their models that are shitty, and they have their heroes. And that's every brand. But either way, I mean, it's a domestic vehicle. I'm not paying import prices on a domestic vehicle. But yeah, they're only taking it because we'll pay it. And, you know, they tried to blame COVID and like, oh, there's a shortage on chips. Like, well, why did you allow that to happen? Why did you allow the chips to come short? Why didn't you build for the future instead of using old ass chips, you know, and just sticking with the same crap that you can't get now? You know, where's the innovation? And why does that make the secondary market? You know, they already have the chips. So why does that go up for them? You know, but then the prices went up on everything and we paid it because what are we going to do? But then they just never came back down. You know, border opened back up. Trade's flown again. Prices didn't come back down. Dipshit announces tariffs. Prices go up. He backs down. Prices didn't. You know? So yeah, I say I'm going to buy used, and I'll just put money into keeping something good. Not just, you know, throw away the Element. Because the Element's treating me well. It's gotten me where I needed to be. You know, it's not a real off-roading machine, but it'll get me down a dirt road, no problem. A little pothole here and there, can't stop it. A deep pothole might. A tall rut might bottom me out a little, you know. But I'm also going to get it raised. I'm going to get it raised like that much, which doesn't seem a lot. But when you have no geometry to work with, that's what you get. So, but yeah, that's all the shit I got to jabber on about. You guys want to run some dirt? I feel like scooping some dirt down the sluice. What do you guys say? Want to get her done? I think it's sluicing time. Alright, let's get some tunes going. here so I can hear my brain. Hello! I can't even see myself. Yeah, 6 would be good, but with the element, the strut towers, and the channel that they slide back into is a straight up and down shot. And so going past, I think, 2 inches, you don't really have the geometry to allow for proper articulation beyond that without doing a lot of extra modifications. But then when you raise it up too much, now you're messing up the whole center of gravity, and those things have a messed up center of gravity to begin with. So the thing with the element I have to accept is it's limited in modification ability. It was not intended to be highly modified. And by the way, thank you for what she said. I am ashamed that I missed that one. Honestly, I didn't miss it. In my brain, I said it. 6 inches is a good size. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Yeah, that's what she said. But I figured I should answer the question first, or respond. Away, demons. Oh man, not that much. It's only like 2 inches. Got the flow. Bring it down a little bit because that's quite a raging river. Speaking of raging rivers, we got some pay dirt from one of my favorite spots on the river. Dig that out and see if we can find us some gold in it. I still have my tailings from last time that I never even went through. I don't even know if I found gold last time I went out. I mean, like, I know I found gold. Obviously, I wouldn't have kept digging if there was no gold, but I never did the whole final looky-loo. Or panning. I don't think I did too good, though. I was top gold, hitting a specific spot, and I didn't do a lot of checking. I just crossed my fingers that it would get better as we went. Nice lake, you see that guy right there? Doing this, don't forget to go hit up that link on top of the chat window, wherever that may be on your screen, and leave a comment there, because that's how you get entered in for the sloppy seconds. For those of you who don't already know, that's how the giveaway here works. That giveaway is sponsored by me entirely. Big Daddy, Backyard Prospecting. Golden Shopping Media. LLC. Trademarked and copyrighted. Patent pending. FCC approved. Now I'm just saying shit. Don't mind me. I'm going for an Emmy. But I do want to get out there with my high banker and really get some material shoveled, you know? I want to go somewhere though that is kind of away so I don't have to answer any questions. You know, I'm obviously going to do it legally, but you never know how versed the fish and game person you wind up running into, if you wind up running into, is going to understand how the rules work. And they may just think, oh, well, you can't do it at all. But you can as long as you're within certain spaces, right?
Chris W. Urban, Jason Allard. Joey Brown.
Anybody else who I haven't said hello to? I know I might have responded to some of you guys, but if I didn't actually officially say hello, get that out of the way. If I missed you and didn't call you out specifically, it's only because I don't like you. It's not that I don't see you. I'm just kidding. It's really that I didn't see it, and I apologize. But hello to everybody, even those of you who aren't talking, who are just staying in the shadows, you little voyeurs, you. Welcome to the stream. Don't forget to hit like if you're having a good time hanging out with me here, with these tunes and this sleuth and this sage. I gotta say, the last couple of weeks' songs going hard, man. I feel like secondary focal point. Look at that. So I've been toying with the idea of selling the pocket sluice header separately from the toolbox. What do you guys think about that? For those of you who haven't bought a toolbox yet, what's stopping you? Do you not need the toolbox? You already got most of a rig, and would the header be the main thing you need to get going? Would you prefer just to buy that as opposed to a toolbox? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. The toolboxes seem to have slowed down sales wise. But I think that's only because a lot of you already have them. But I'm realizing that maybe I should use it more on the stream, and people will be like, oh, fuck, I gotta get one of those too. Man, how did I not think of that? Dude, what an idiot. You know what it is? It's because I have this setup here, and it's just so easy to just slap this down in there, as opposed to bringing another thing out and setting it up. I've already got this set up. But if I didn't have this set up, man, that toolbox would be, boom, right here. I'd have one of my 3 of them. I don't have my own big one anymore. I only have the medium. That's awesome, man. I'm glad it's working for you. Working well for you. I need to give myself more excuse to use mine. It's got so many things here, though, you know. I need to set up my gold cube and use that more often, too. Alright, let's magnet up the Maggies. Get out of the way so I don't have to deal with it. Groovy. Kill the flow. You know, I'll tell you, sometimes with my review videos, the best thing I get out of them is a badass song. Even if it's shitty dirt, sometimes I get some real bangers. You know, one that just really does a great job to paint a scene and a story. Like this one, Surf Crawler. Just envision this giant machine plowing down the beach, sucking up sand, and spitting it out, keeping the gold for itself. Uploading! Alright, out of the way, Garnets. Back. Forgot to wash this last before starting. A little bit of silt on it. But we're pretty much there. There you go, baby. Get that in the center here. There it goes, floating away. Alright, get a good look. Alright, now we lost some down this way, so we're gonna have to chase that shit too.
Dust clouds rising sharp in the heat. Shovels bite down where the earth does meet. Sweat rolls heavy, cuts
back
like
here.
a knife. This is the grind. This is the life. Cold in the dirt, cold in the dream. Nothing's ever easy. Nothing's what it seems. Dead man's wash, calling your name. Haters waiting to stake your claim. Dusty hands, digging for the thrills. And death's got your back, they always will. Echoes of boots on a cracked drop floor. Prospecting
Interesting little rock right here.
something more. Challenging the soul you're feeling. Each map promise under the sunlight.
My goal.
Dust in your throat, fire in your veins. Sweat streaked faces chasing your remains. Dead man's wash, calling your name. Haters waiting to stake your claim. Dusty hands, digging for the thrill. The death's got your back, they always will. Dust in your throat, fire in your veins. Sweat streaked faces, chasing gold remains. Dead man's wash, calling your name. Haters waiting to stake your claim. Dusty hands, digging for the thrill. Death's got your back, they always will.
Yeah, let me tell you about this gold digger. Backyard prospecting, he's a gold deliverer. Searching for the treasure in the Mother Earth's core. But his YouTube channel got me begging for more. He's lifting up the spirit, so informative and funny. Breaking out the gear that's worth mad money. From smooth spot sins to high fantasies, got it all. He'll teach you how to strike gold, watch him stand tall. You know this dude got that Midas touch. Revealing gear that's straight up the ground. Making prospecting
Yeah.
with his jokes and wordplay.
All right, welcome back. Gold's drying up. I may have just given myself mercury poisoning, but it's all for a good cause. In the meanwhile, while I slowly die, let's make some dirt. Here, be a nice little blue bag with the good old sloppy seconds. See, I cut these with the crappy paper cutter, not the one inside that has the big blade. You know, here's this chintzy piece of shit. And it always leaves this ratty edge that makes it hard to peel the stickers. There we go. All right, what's the date? Today is 8/25. Damn, we're close to the end of the month. 25. Oops, 25. 25. Everybody can see I messed up the 5. For some reason in my brain I thought 22. I will sign it to ensure that it's a seal, and to Providence, you've all witnessed it, and there'll be a video. As Chris says, if you want a chance to win this bag of whatever's going to go in it, what we call sloppy seconds, you need to leave a comment on the comment video. If you don't, you don't win shit. That's pretty much what it comes down to. And if you don't want to, I'm not going to tell you you have to, but the cool kids are doing it, so you should too. Everybody should take a chance to win. I don't care if you have a channel. Have a channel, man. Put your name in, and if you win the bag, cool, do a video on it, man. That'd be cool. Let me know so I can link it over to you, to your channel. That'd be great for you, great for me. I think it's a win-win. So, don't be shy about entering for sloppy seconds. It's for everybody. If you're here watching, it's for you too. So, first thing we're going to start off our sloppy seconds with, you know, from my trip to Japan, I got a bunch of yen. Yen can float. These things are light enough they will float. And a wheat penny that I got in some pay dirt that I got recently. I'm going to pass those along to you guys. I'm going to put those in there, but now we got to find some dirt. And I got just the thing. One of my recent trips to the river brought me home with some dirt. As they do. So I need to get rid of some of this stuff, man. So now I'm wishing I used a bigger bag. Got too much dirt. So we're going to throw some of that in there. Man, that shit's full now. So in addition to the gold that we've already found, you may find some additional gold here in the pay dirt that I'm adding, because this is straight out of the river, out of my hole. You know? And I only bring home the last bucket. So, if you're not sure what I'm saying to you, if you don't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, when I go digging, when any of us go digging, we dig a hole. The deeper we dig, the better the gold. Right? Usually is the hope anyways. Otherwise, why do you keep digging? Now, what I would say, yeah, out of my hole. Get out of my hole. You see me in the video. Get out of my hole. My hole. But, oh, by the way, I'm sprinkling peridot into this one. Just, I don't know why I felt like it was the right thing to do. August. It's August, you know. So, if you were born in August, your birthstone's a peridot. And they're sitting right here in front of me. So, there you go. Peridot and some yen. And a penny. I used to have little things to throw in there, but I don't anymore. So, boom, there you go. Oh, just to make a fool out of you, put a couple pieces of some fool's gold. All right, that's today's sloppy seconds. In addition to the gold we're going to find here in a second. But like I was saying, so you dig, you run that down your sluice, you get your concentrates, blah, 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 whatever. You're at the end of the day, but you're not quite done with that hole before you got to fill it in. You're like, let me take one last bucket. Let me take that one last bucket, and I'll take it home, and, you know, hopefully that'll be the best bucket of the day. That's the hopes. I got 3 of those buckets right now, and now I'm out of buckets to take out to the river. So I either got to buy new buckets, or I got to start moving some of this dirt. So there you go. That's where we're at. Let's go over here. Let's go to the bench. Bench. Move this, move this. Oh yeah, that was definitely mercury. And that silver piece is gone. I mean, the piece is here, but the silver's gone. There you go. Okay, so we got gold, we got a scale, we got Miner Bob and his ass. Tear it out one more time. I can't really see it from this angle. There we go. We got a clear shot of it now. All zeros. Tear it out. Gold's ready to roll. Let's go. Damn, fool. 0.122. Damn. All right. 0.122. Wavy, but if you don't know how much gold you found or should found, rewatch the live stream. It says right there. Or did. You can rewind it a little bit. And just for funsies, there's some black sands from Benson Beach. Just a little pinch. Boom. Good luck. Good luck to everybody. You know? Like I say, this is for anybody to win. There you go. Let's come back over to me. Give you guys the last moments to go put your name on a comment or comment on your name. Was somebody close? Brian, yeah, you were real close, man. You were like you're 4,000th off. If this were a guessing game, I might give it to you just out of that. But you won last week anyway, so you can't win this week anyway. So, sorry. But for the rest of you, put your name in, do the thing, because we're getting ready to give away some gold and some hater. So let me find that. That one. Why am I missing? Oh, that's right. Here, you can see me now. I'm not doing what I was doing earlier. Alright, let's see. Control V, that's our video. Purple Gaw. 21 comments. 23 viewers. Uniques only. You know what? Let's do it. One winner. One ring to win them all. One win to... Shut up. Tonight's winner, Sean McClellan. Congratulations. You've got to be in it to win it, people. That's right. That is absolutely 100% correct. Sean would not have won if he didn't enter. And that's all there is to it. If you don't enter, you don't win. You're guaranteeing your loss. 100%. And I mean, and if you're going to look at that as a win, then rock on, man. Good on you. But you never reach your goals if you don't ever reach or something profound. Think of what I just said, as it was intended to be a very profound statement. Fill in the blanks with something of your own liking, and just ponder on that. Just be like, God damn, Dig Daddy was right. As long as that's what your takeaway is, you're fine. So you do with it whatever you want. But congratulations, Sean. I do see you posting there. Wow, that's right. I have your address, I'm sure. But just for funsies, just confirm it. Send it over to me, digdaddy@backyardprospecting.com. And I'll get this little bag of dirt out to you. To the rest of you, sorry, you didn't win this week. But there's always next week to reach for. At least everybody but Sean. But then again, next week is the Patreon giveaway, so he will be at least in on that one. Otherwise, man, that's all I got for you guys this week. Glad and thank you all for stopping by and hanging out. Good on you. I know I'm competing with football season once again, so I'm sure the viewership will drop down. But you know what? That's all good because that just means you guys have a better chance of winning. But you know, I don't mind you watching football in the background. That's cool too. So, you know, don't think you got to make a choice, one or the other. I'm here. You can put me on your phone. I don't even care. Just tune in. But until next time, you know, have a great week out there. Be safe out there at the rivers, especially if they're deep and running fast. Look out for your little ones and your pets while you're out there digging. And look out for yourself too, you know. Don't forget about you. You got to take care of you. You get everybody home. So, on that note, be safe, have fun, get out there and dig. Heavy pans to you. And until next time, this is Dig Daddy signing out from the shed. If I don't see you out on the rivers, I will catch you in the backyard. Peace.